So here we are. This was the first thing we had to do in the build, which was the minifix. And I'll try and turn him round. So as you can see, this was only really 3 pieces. This was the body, and then you just apply the 2 wings to the section of the eagle. But it looks really nice and good, I think. The next minifig we did, this is definitely going to be Gandalf, I believe, the white. Can't remember who the grey guy was, but if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to know who he is. It's not Sauron, I don't think. Then you've got one of the underground dweller things, orcs, whatever. I don't think he's an orc. And then you've got another knight with a growling face, and you can see the orange yellow eyes. And then finally we've got this guy here who is absolutely looking absolutely horrible and terrible. I'll not turn him around so you can have a look at the back prints. So there you go, I've turned him around. More or less you can just see the white cloak and the grey cloak. That we have got a back more horrible, terrifying face on the back of most of these minifigs. There's the one. A little bit of back panel in there, you can just about see the patination on his back with somewhat on the back of his head. Black top with just little bits of grey, nothing to shout about. And then finally you've got him here with his another angry face with a more or less skeleton backbone and body there. So there you go, there are your 5 minifigs and the eagle. There's no more minifigs, that's a lot. You build them up first of all like I did, then we got on with the build. So we're about 2/3 through part 1, and as you can see we've built a base plate which is going to turn into a Mars plate base, obviously for the tower. And I just wanted to show you really the solid brick on top before we start to put the big plates on over here and the side pieces. And I'm quite shocked when you can see that it's bigger than I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be an interesting build, step by step. You can see what it's like on the book. That's what I'm going by. So let's get plating, and at least you've seen the base before the plates go on. So the base plate itself is complete, and we're now going to start tiling as we're coming to the end of part 1. And we have had a couple of pieces missing, which I'll point out later. Nothing too terminal, but well, let's hope it doesn't carry on all the way through the set. Let's get on with the tiling. I like tiling. So part 1 is done of the Lord of the Rings tower. On my bag that it came in, it says Orcs Tower. So what if this MOC is called Orcs Tower? I don't know. It is a MOC because of the base plate. It is open backed, but it does close up. So there's more confusing for you. Like I showed you, we built it up nice and steady. That's a nice view actually. Sides. So we Mars plated it basically to make it for the tower to stand on, and believe me, it's going to be a big baby. I was just looking at the dimensions. It says the dimensions on the back of the book, and it says it's 76 centimeters tall. That's over 2 foot. That's pretty big, with a base of 42 centimeters. Well, you can see there's the base. Like I say, we Mars plated it on the inside. I did show you. You can see all the plates on the bottom there that went in. Okay, lovely jubbly and all that. Sorry about that. Trouble with one of the bricks that just keeps popping out there. It's only connected by a 1x2 that fits into the plate, so obviously any pressure on this brick and it just pops out. So But back to where I was. So once the actual 2x6 big bricks went in, then it was just a matter of really plating over, which we did. Now let's talk about plates. When you look at the book, the colours are absolutely dreadful. You cannot distinguish between grey and this tapioca brown, this dark sand colour. It's not the sand brick at all, but you know what I'm saying, don't you? So you don't know what's what. I'm pretty sure that I've got a number of plates that are in the wrong order, but in saying that, it doesn't really matter because the base is just the base, and once the tower's on, I don't think anybody's going to take any notice. It pretty much matches up side to side, but again, just being nitpicking, if you like, the instructions aren't clear enough. I think I've said before, not that this has anything to do with the base plates and the colours, I don't like saturated plans where they saturate all the other parts out and then they just print basically to colour what parts go in. I mean, I know a lot of people say there's nothing wrong with that, and it's just a personal preference. But I personally don't like it. But we're going along nice and steady. It's took a good hour and a half maybe to get to the stage where we are, if not a little bit longer. Again, not rushed at all. Once the actual plates were on and the sides, we also put these sides on. Now we did have a brick, and I'll show you exactly which part it was. It was one of these slopes here. Now I actually think it was that one, but it doesn't matter. That's the size I'm showing you. I'm pretty sure that something stands on top of these structures later, and it was basically one of these where it fits across like that. And it was a question of either having something off the side missing or not being able to stand something when we built up on later. And for what it was, I took it apart. I thought it's better to have the thing. We can pose the castle in any way, shape or form. It might be this side here, look, where there's a little gap here. In fact, I would bet to my life bottom dollar that's where it came from. But nevertheless, part missing. Once that was on, once the actual plates are on and they're a nice snug fit, you have to push quite hard. You can actually hear them pop to the bricks, which I do like. Oh, sorry again about that. This piece, as I was just turning it around, that just popped out, so you can tell it's only connected by one stud. So I have a feeling once this is made, and just imagine the 2-foot tower on top of here, it's going to be a nightmare to carry and shift without everything falling off the edges. But that'll be interesting to see. But anyway, as I was saying, once the plates were on, they popped on. We did the edges and everything. We filled everything in as we had to. These ends here filled in. Same with that end there. Basically, all 4 ends were filled in. There you go again with the patination. So then the plates was all done. I believe I did show you a picture of it before we started to plate. And then we plated up this intricate pattern. And it basically plates up like that. That's the actual shot of the plates. First of all, you build that little section, you build across, so you've got like a sort of T across here, across here, and then up. I made a little mistake and did them that way. I had to take them all out and put them 4 studs across. That was just me being wrong. Then finally you put up this intricate little bit of tiling, it's all grey. One there. Same sort of patination on the other, no different whatsoever. And basically that was that. Everything done. A little bit of patination there as it goes up and down, as you can see. And believe me or believe me not, that basically is the base plate completely done. There's nothing else that goes on top of the plate, as in the plate. Yes, there's little bits that go on here, like I said. There's one there and one the other side, and one there, I believe. I think there's 3, maybe 4. But now, as of bag 2, which is not bag 2, because like I say, it is bag 2. Shut up. And part 2, and the bags there are 2. We are now tower building, and like I say, I think this is going to get nitty gritty, quite hard, quite keep your wits about it. Don't cock it up, if you pardon the expression. And it's been good. I've had good fun doing it. I've growled and tutty when I put stuff in the wrong place, but that's my fault. I have to pay more close attention to the plans, and I will. So if you do like what you are seeing and you like what you're hearing, this should be a very, very interesting build, this Lord of the Rings tower. Barad Dur, even it doesn't say Barad Dur on the book or anything like that. It's just entitled Lord of the Rings, like I said. But if you want to see it go up, if you want to see it go block by block, section by section, bags by bags, then please give us a thumbs up and give us a like. Drop a comment in the box what you think. Have you made this yourself? Do you actually know what this set is? I actually, like I say, I bought it a long time ago. I'm talking, I reckon 3 years it sat upstairs in the loft, and I've waited for the right time to do a Lord of the Rings set, and now was the time that I wanted to do one. So I've got it down and I've decided to do it, and no regrets. Let's get in, let's see if we can get this tower up. And like I say, if you like what I'm doing, which is good, if you want to follow us to the end of this journey and see the complete creation of Barad Dur, if it is Barad Dur, even though the bag was called Orcs Tower, then please click on that subscribe button. So if you've watched this far, thank you very, very much. I know it's a lot to take in on this part 1, this very first part. Building up a Mars plate base, plating over and then tiling over that. It's a lot to do for what it is without actually really starting the build, as in the build of the tower, of course, I'm on about. It was nice to do the minifigs. Everything's done now, and then we really can get stuck into the part that really matters, which is the tower. So, thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one, I hope. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and we'll see you all on the flip side.